that car and makes things happen. He's a nice kid, good young driver, and then he gets out and he runs hard.
Oh, yeah, he really enjoys racing. I mean, when you talk to him, he's like all the young guys that really do well in this division. They're really excited about getting out there and rubbing fenders. And which he just did with Mike McLaughlin just going in the corner there. See Hermie Sadler there and Green going in the corner. This is as close as you will. You can see Randy. Randy's kind of moving along. That's Randy LaJoie's car that we're hooked in there. And these cars are right up under him here. They'll give him a little shot here in a second just to get his attention. Oh, just looked a little closer than it really is, I guess.
That's David.
Oh, there we go.
That wasn't close. That was in it.
I'm going to quit calling this stuff.
Because it happens. David Green got in the back of LaJoie. Look at whammo.
Yeah, that's casual contact, though. Both wheels were on the ground when he left him there.
Just dented in the front grill panel there. And Tracy Leslie's car is smoking. He's being black flagged. There you see the resultant damage on David Green's car from the right side of Randy LaJoie's.
If I'd have run in the back of him like that, I wouldn't be thrilled about trying to pass him on the outside either.
There may not be a lot of room out there. No, there's not.
Yeah, that's what I said. Welcome to the big boys world here.
Now Green's got position on LaJoie.
See Hermie Sadler, he's fighting for every inch he can get on the racetrack here. Benson's on in. Well, that's Jim Bound there. You see Bobby Dotter, second car in line there. There's two abreast all the way around the racetrack, fighting for every piece of ground they can get.
And Larry Pearson, the 92. Now, he's one of those cars one lap down. And again, unofficially, he's in about sixth position in this race. Pearson is. But boy, he's running in a tight bunch of cars. Hermie Sadler would be 2 laps down.
See Dave Rosendi's there. He's off the pace, and he moved to the outside to let the faster car pass, and
trouble
he got in
four.
trouble anyhow. Guy got into him there.
Well, they were already too wide trying to get underneath him, and this will bring out a caution.
Well, sometimes the best plans don't always work out. He moved to let everybody get under him, but when they got 3 abreast there, there's just not room enough to make it through the corner.
8th caution flag of the day. Bobby Dotter was kind of the meat in that sandwich. Didn't have any place to go except into Resendiz, and there was another car underneath Dotter. Unofficially, Dennis Setzer the leader, Kenny Wallace in second, Doug Hevron in third, Johnny Benson fourth, 5th David Green, 6th was Bobby Dotter, 7th Hermie Sadler, 8th Larry Pearson. As Pete Silva's car catches fire as it was lined up for the restart. Then we go back to caution. Still smoking from beneath the hood is the 0-1 for the Waterville, Maine driver. He's going to climb out. And the right front of Robert Presley's car is pretty well mangled up. Now, they had restarted the race. They'd gone back to green. And we're told that Chad Little and David Green have gotten back on the lead lap after going past Dennis Setzer in the right front of Setzer's car. Take a look.
Wow, that's what I was telling you earlier. He never counts your chickens. He was running so well, but the front end of that car is pretty well used up.
At least the sheet metal. Let's hope it didn't bend the suspension or the alignment. Let's show you what happened here. Now, there's the pace car. They're trying to get lined up for position here of who's on the lead lap and who's not.
Ooh,
and Chad Little
got hit pretty good right just there.
Yeah, he was trying to line up ahead of Chad Little, who was 1 lap down. Chad didn't think much of that. And he knocked something back there.
Well, probably the fuel line. Fuel pump's on the right-hand side of that motor, and they probably knocked the line off when they made contact there.
So the fire crew extinguishes Silva's car. And we'll have a few more laps under caution. Dennis Setzer will get right side tires under caution. Remember, he has not yet taken any tires under caution, and they're going to wrinkle up the sheet metal a bit.
Mike, the serious part right now is to get all the sheet metal where when you're under acceleration, it does not blow back in on the tire and maybe cut it.
That's why they're, yep, they got a muffler gun. They're going to take it off. Glenn?
Well, Mike, that's right. They got the electric jigsaw. He cut the fender completely away from the tire. They did put some fresh right side tires on the car. I still think Dennis has got the car unless he knocked the toe in out to get back through there. He's so quick once they get going get through race traffic. Nobody can touch him. He's a real cool customer. He keeps his head. He keeps the car under him. I think he's going to be okay. But, boy, that was a close call for him.
Well, Glenn, that'd be my question. As that car came to you, did it look like the front wheels were both pointing straight?
It seemed to be okay, Mike. It had the fender, when they took the right front tire off the car, the fender had gotten on it and had cut it a little bit, but it wasn't a real deep cut, just a surface cut. So I don't think that he hit it hard enough to do too much damage. The only way we'll find out is to wait and see. I'll try to get a word with Ricky Pearson. He's talking with the NASCAR official right now, and I'll get back to you.
All right, thanks, Glenn. Coming up live right after this on TNN from Topeka, Kansas, the Mello Yellow 300 ASA race. Scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern time, or when we're done at Hickory. That'll be next, live on TNN. These caution flags have given NASCAR a chance to get the scoring updated and straightened out. Here's what they're carrying. Kenny Wallace, David Green, and Dennis Setzer are the cars in the lead lap. Remember, Setzer just pitted, so he'll be the last car in the lead lap. 1 lap down in 4th. They're now showing Hermie Sadler. 5th, Larry Pearson. 6th, Bobby Dotter. 7th, Tim Fedowa. 8th, Doug Hebron. 9th, Johnny Benson. 10th, Ricky Craven. And also getting a lap back to be on the tail end of being 1 lap down would be Chad Little. He was 2 laps down at the time of that last restart. I believe Randy LaJoie would be 2 laps down in 12th place. Now put Jim Bound in that group. Let's go back to the leaders pit. Here's Glenn.
This is Ricky Pearson, the crew chief. Ricky, I saw you cut the fender away. Was there any damage done to the car? What about the toe end?
No, I don't think so. Just the fender. They run him up on, or run some slow car up on top of him on the back straightaway, but should be okay right now.
Well, I know you're telling him to keep cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He can't be cool with 20 laps to go.
Well, we'll see.
Well, it's 30 to go right now. Today's copyrighted telecast of the Pantry 400 is authorized under broadcast rights granted by Hickory Motor Speedway is intended for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or reuse of the pictures, accounts, and descriptions of this event without the express written consent of the National Network is prohibited. They line up for the restart, and they are 4 abreast back at 4th spot. As everybody tries to get a little bit of line, there is 3rd place Dennis Setzer. And they're trying to get squared away here. They are now 2 abreast, and green flies.
Yeah, and Kenny Wallace knows right now is the time to make up as much as he possibly can because there's a fast race car and Dennis Setzer behind him. He has to go as hard as he can go right now.
Hermie Sadler wants back on the lead lap. He's run some slick flat track races and won them. Rosemont, North Carolina. Comes to mind.
His biggest problem right now is Hermie Sadler. He's trying to get back in the lead lap here, and he's fighting hard as he can go. But right on the outside there, you have Green coming back up. In the early part of this race, he took the lead and moved away from everybody.
The first 2 drivers have not won this year. Kenny Wallace, David Green.
That's hard for me to believe. As well as they run, week in, week out, these 2 cars are dominant race cars. It's amazing they hadn't won this year.
And Green leads the points.
Hermie Sadler gets tagged in the back by Pearson.
Well, Pearson gets underneath Sadler.
Who said they can't run 3 abreast around here?
Dennis Setzer was the one to try it, and he got caught out. Now that Sadler-Pearson battle, that's for 4th place. They're 1 lap down, but they're fighting for 4th, and that keeps Dennis Setzer way back of the leaders.
I would say Pearson right now is getting a little help from his brother there. Dennis Setzer's right behind him trying to go for the lead. I imagine they're talking brother talk right now. How about giving us a break, get out of the way, and let him get up there and try to win this race?
Well, even if he gets out of the way, what about Hermie Sadler, Doug Hebron, and Jim Bound? They're all right in that pack.
Yeah, his last worry, he's got other worries.
Hebron getting a little there. Yeah, Hebron got a little impatient with Larry Pearson trying to get off the corner. Doug Hebron hasn't won on this circuit. All right, Sadler, or rather, Setzer drops to the low lane, and Jim Bound almost
watch
loses. Well, he
out,
does.
easy. Man, what a save. He was headed right for a guy pushing 4 tires on one of these little trucks down pit road. What a great save.
What happened there, buddy? Dennis Setzer moved down the racetrack going into 3, and Jim Bound had to spin his car to keep from taking out Dennis Setzer. If he'd stayed in it, Setzer'd be in the fence right now.
See, Setzer trying to get by these 2 or slower cars. Jim Bound's down on the inside there. He'll make it back to pit road, though.
All right, folks, 20 laps to go. We'll come back to settle this at Hickory right after this. Folks, Folks, you won't believe it because I can't hardly believe it, but Dennis Setzer has gotten through all this traffic. He has caught the leaders with 10 laps to go.
Boy, oh boy, it comes down to this. Dennis Setzer takes a wide line off the corner, moving up on the second place car on the outside.
He's got David Green.
What a drive. What a drive.
I can't believe that he came back from that pit stop from the caution. He was 6th in line on the restart with lap cars in between. Jim Bound waved him past. Kenny Wallace carries him up the racetrack a bit to hold the lead. Kenny has not won this year, and he's not going to give it up without a fight.
No, I don't blame him for that, but I tell you, Dennis Setzer just now, he's running side by side with Green. He needs to get on that outside and make a good, clean run at Wallace. I believe he has the car to do it.
Setzer got right tires on that last stop under the caution.
Down into turn 3, comes to the wide side.
And Setzer dead even with Wallace into the corner. 7 laps to go. He's going to come out.
He has the lead. A half a car length lead down the back straightaway into turn 3.
Kenny, though, he's still not getting...
Whoa, they make contact. Hold it, Setzer. Woo.
Wallace back into the lead. Green going for second on the bottom. 6 laps to go. Here comes Setzer the hard way on the outside one more time.
Folks, let me tell you, it don't get any better than this. I don't care where you go to watch racing. It is never any better than this.
5 laps to go. Dennis Setzer. Wallace won't give him any room on the bottom.
Now, Mike, that little slip he made there, that heated the tires just a little bit, but he's coming on the inside now. You see Wallace protecting the low side.
Kenny Wallace takes it down in the corner. Setzer will get a little running room on the bottom. 4 laps to go. 3.5. Setzer is in there. He's got room on the bottom.
What a drive. I'm going to tell you what, folks. This is when I become a fan again. This is... I'm going to start stuttering now. I get a little excited. I start stuttering. What a great drive by Dennis Setzer to come back and try to win this race.
3 laps to go. Off turn 4. There is traffic ahead. Now it's Setzer by half a car length. Wallace takes it in deep. They touch. Setzer takes Wallace up the track. 2 laps to go. And this partisan crowd is cheering Dennis Setzer, who has the lead.
Mike is not over yet. They're coming into lap traffic. You know, anything can happen. White flag.
1 lap to go. Tim Fido upside Roy Payne. They are side by side. This could decide it. Setzer has the lead. Here comes Wallace. Lapped car. Roy Payne on the bottom, and Dennis Setzer in convincing fashion.
Yes.
Wins the Pantry 300.
Well, I want to tell you what. Anybody that didn't like that, they can turn off the TV and never watch another race, because that was it. That was what you go to the race to see.
And here in Hickory, North Carolina, where their homegrown driver is headed for victory lane, they are ecstatic. And Kenny Wallace, who did everything he could to win this race, falls a car length short and will finish second after coming from 17th position.
Ah, there goes his little spin on the front straightaway. He does that every time he wins.
Buddy, that car is leaking, looked like water from the overflow, as if Setzer's car was totally overheated. We'll be back to talk to the winner here at Hickory right after this. Highway transportation provided by Cedar Ridge RV Center, Branchville, New Jersey, featuring Winnebago. Call 1-800-988-4884 to find out why Cedar Ridge is the choice of champions. Let's go to Glenn Jarrett in Victory Lane.
Well, Mike, we've been doing these races a long time. I don't think I have ever seen a more exciting finish to a race than what Dennis Setzer and Kenny Wallace put on here today. What a fantastic run.
Thank you a lot, Glenn. This Alliance Tractor Trailer Training Center's car, man, this thing was some kind of good today. Ricky Pearson, he called the best shots in the world in the pits. Just super run, super run.
Well, it looked to me like that the thing that kept you in the thing, you kept the car clean until that altercation there, that caution flag. What happened then?
I don't know. The lap cars are jockeying for position. That's just one of them things. That's kind of like short track racing right there. But, you know, Chevrolet, Goodyear tires, these Barnes & Reese motors, these things are tough right here. They go every week.
All right. Now, we're looking at that bump right now to see exactly what does happen. But I bragged on you all day. I told them that you had like a gazillion laps around this racetrack. Did that past experience help you here?
Well, maybe so. You know, just the good car underneath you. You know, that's all the whole deal here. When you go 300 laps and that long under green, the driver doesn't do much except for ride that thing out. Just just reflects on this crew, you know, Ricky Pearson and all these cats.
Well, now you did a little more than ride it out, but what I really want to know is how does it feel to win here in front of your hometown fans?
Man, this is some kind of nice to jump in behind, jump out of the car and see all these smiling faces. People have helped me a bunch over the years. You know, I got a lot of local sponsors helped me a lot get where I am. A lot of track officials, a lot of car owners and stuff I've drove for here over the years. It means so much, you know, it's unreal.
Congratulations, Dennis. Daniel Welch and Ricky Pearson took a chance on this guy last year, tapped a rookie to drive their car. Boy, are they paying big dividends now, Mike.
Great run for Dennis Setzer here today. When they dropped the flag for the restart, I thought, well, no way would he be able to come and get it. Glenn Kenny Wallace is headed for his truck. Hopefully we'll get a word with Kenny as we're on the air here. For more information on Featherlight Trailers, call 1-800-800-1230. Featherlight's the official trailer of NASCAR. Order a finish here at Hickory. Dennis Setzer, the winner. As you have a look at Kenny Wallace, who finishes up second, did everything he could to try to win this race today. And David Green, the Busch Series point leader, winds up third on the lead lap. Doug Hevron, one of his best finishes ever, fourth place today. And Larry Pearson finished up in fifth, a two-time winner here. Sixth was Hermie Sadler, seventh Ricky Craven, eighth was Bobby Daughter, ninth was Tim Fedua, and Johnny Benson finished up in the 10th spot today. Let's go to Glenn with the runner-up.
What a fantastic finish. I want to congratulate you on a great job, Kenny, and also for driving one of the cleanest races there. Things got tight, but you guys did a great job.
Well, you know, it's one of these deals where these, you know, these Busch Car National tracks, you know, he had them 2 stickers left, you know, and that was the key. We kept recycling old tires there at the end, hoping we get a shot at him. But, you know, I seen him coming, and I thought, man, where did he come from? But, you know, I run in there hard, and he was coming down, and I was sliding up, got into him, and, you know, I could have took him around any time I wanted, and I don't mean to sound cocky about it, but that's what I've learned, you know, and I just don't think that's to be called for. This is racing. He had the preferred line, and he done a good job, and, you know, it was good short track racing, and I hope everybody, you know, just loved it.
Well, we certainly loved it. It's one of the most exciting races I've ever seen. I want to congratulate you again on a good job, but what a boost in the arm for this team. Things have been going a little sour for you, but looks like you got them turned around now.
Well, I think everybody knows out there, you know, our deal. I mean, we just need to stay together, and, you know, we'd be looking pretty good right now. It's this team's got a lot to be proud of. You know, we have little things come up and bite us all year long. I mean, it's simple. If we're running, we're in the top 5, and we were running today.
Well, again, congratulations, Kenny, a fine gentleman, part of our broadcast crew sometimes, and he did a heck of a job today.
I can announce and drive. I want everybody to realize that. I love it.
Well, obviously he can. Evidently I can't because I don't have a ride anymore, Mike.
I don't have a car anymore. Mine's all apart, and Buddy's retired.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Let's show you what happened to make the difference here. Setzer gets on the inside of Kenny Wallace.
That was the whole key there. Kenny had the bottom part of the racetrack and was making Setzer try to work around the outside. But as you see, Setzer pulls about a half a car length off this corner. Down the straightaway, he clears him, and mare on, as they say. What a race. I'm still in shock a little bit. What a great race.
I think everybody is here. AC Delco, whose automotive parts are available for almost any vehicle to help your car or truck last and last. AC Delco, it's like buying time, presents the Busch Series points update. David Green pads his lead to 109 points over Hermie Sadler. Ricky Craven third, Kenny Wallace fourth, and Chad Little fifth. So the man who started on the pole hoped to get to victory lane, but instead ends up with a bigger point lead, is with Glenn.
Well, David, we're just telling you got a 109-point lead now, but you made a pretty good move to get back on the lead lap there at the end.
Well, yeah, you know, my car owner's here today, Bobby Devine, and he coached me right through that deal, but my car just wasn't satisfied with it after 100, 150 laps, kind of skated front end a little bit, but we got those new Goodyears on it. It was good, and we made an adjustment. We were right there, but whatever my problem is was kind of hindering me there at the end, but good day for the Slim Jim car. We sat on the pole and still getting those top 5s, and, you know, that point deal is what we got on our mind, so congratulations, Dennis. You done a good job, and Kenny both, but it was a great day. We had a lot of fun.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun out there. I would have liked to have been out there, but I don't think they wanted me out there.
I can guarantee that.
Oh, the jury's out. Thanks, Glenn, and thanks for a good job. It was kind of noisy down there today. Well, folks, we won't have any live Busch racing until Richmond. I think it's going to take Buddy and I about that long to recover from this one today.
Boy, oh boy, I wish they'd have another one tomorrow if it was this good.
We got a lot to look forward to the next part of the season. Brand new pavement at Rockingham, North Carolina, and at Martinsville for the Advanced Auto Parts 500. If you call up and order your tickets now, they'll send you a free special commemorative T-shirt. Coming up next, live from Topeka, Kansas, the AC Delco Challenge Series and the ASA Mellow Yellow 300. Well, one of the greatest short track races we've ever seen as Dennis Setzer comes from deep in the field on the final restart to haul in David Green and Kenny Wallace and go on to win it here at his hometown track of Hickory, North Carolina. For Buddy Baker and Glenn Jarrett, I'm Mike Joy. So long from Hickory, North Carolina. ASA Racing live on TNN is next.